morning. Welcome to Breakfast Show. This Friday morning is the 20th of March, and washing hands and taking care of oneself is of utmost importance in these trying times that we're all facing. We all must take efforts to stay safe and healthy, and we would ask all of you, if there's no water available, to use the sanitizers to keep your hands clean. I am Nancy Kohli, and with me is Anil Thomas this morning.
Good morning, Nancy. Well, lots to look forward to. Firstly, beginning the day with the news of justice for Nirbhaya. Finally, after 7 years, 8 months, Nirbhaya getting justice. Justice for women, justice for the country, and justice for the future. That's not all. Heading to Madhya Pradesh, where the big floor test will be taking place. Only thing on the agenda there, floor test to take place at 2 p.m. So that's going to be worth watching out for. That's not all. Taking a look at coronavirus, not only in India but across the globe, what's happening with coronavirus and the efforts taken to combat the pandemic. Well, lots to look forward to in the next 60 minutes. But first up this Friday morning, the headlines we are tracking.
2012 Delhi gang rape convicts hanged in Delhi's Tihar Jail after Delhi High Court and Supreme Court reject last-ditch attempt of plea by the convicts' lawyer in the night hearings.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses the nation on combating the challenge of COVID-19. PM makes an appeal for a Janata Curfew on Sunday. Appeals citizens to thank the selfless service providers of the nation.
Prime Minister Modi advises citizens to avoid panic buying, assures availability of the essential items. The Prime Minister announces creation of an economic response task force to deal with economic challenges arising out of the pandemic.
Government takes more measures to fight coronavirus, bans arrival of scheduled international commercial flights into India for 1 week starting March 22nd, stops exports of ventilators, masks and textile raw materials for masks as number of active cases in India rise to 149.
COVID-19 death toll in Italy goes past 3,400, overtakes that of China, where the virus originated, after China reports 0 new local transmissions for the first time since the outbreak. Trump endorses anti-malarial drug chloroquine for treating COVID-19.
And Madhya Pradesh government faces floor test today following the Supreme Court order over the political drama. Apex Court orders that voting by show of hands be recorded on video. Speaker accepts resignation of all rebel MLAs. Well, now for the stories in detail.
Absolutely. The 4 men convicted of the gang rape and murder of a Delhi woman on 16th December 2012 were hanged at pre-dawn today. Mukesh Singh, Pawan Gupta, Vinay Sharma and Akshay Kumar Singh were executed at 5:30 this morning for the assault in an empty moving bus on the 23-year-old physiotherapy intern who came to be known the world over as Nirbhaya, the Fearless One. This is the first time that 4 men have been hanged together at Tihar Jail. 6 people, including the 4 convicts and the juvenile, were named as accused. While Ram Singh allegedly committed suicide in Tihar Jail days after the trial began in the case, the juvenile was released in 2015 after spending 3 years in a correctional home. The emotional mother hugged Nirbhaya's picture and said, "Finally, you got justice." She said that this day is dedicated to the daughters of the country. She also thanked the judiciary and the government.
फाइनली उनको फांसी पे लटका दिया गया है। ये आज 7 साल का संघर्ष था। ये पहली बार है जो 4 मुजरिमों को फांसी पे लटकाया गया है। ये पहली बार है कि एक देश में बच्ची के साथ रेप बलात्कार हुआ था। आज पहली बार उसको इंसाफ मिला। आज का दिन 20 मार्च है। आज का दिन हमारी बच्चियों के नाम, हमारी महिलाओं के नाम, क्योंकि आज का दिन निर्भया को इंसाफ मिला, पूरे देश के बच्चियों इंसाफ मिला। मैं सभी लोगों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ। खासकर अब देर से ही सही इंसाफ मिला। मैं अपने जुडिशरी को, अपने न्याय व्यवस्था को, अपने राष्ट्रपति महामहिम को, अपने सरकारों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ कि जिस तरह से निर्भया के केस में डिले टैक्टिक्स अपनाई गई, एक एक करके पटिशन डाली गई, लेकिन जिस तरह से पटिशन डाली गई उसी तरह से हमारी अदालतों ने सक्रिय होकर एक एक पटिशन को खारिज किया। फाइनली आज हम उस मुकाम पे पहुंचे, उनको फांसी दी गई, निर्भया को इंसाफ मिला। जिस तरह से 2012 में घटना हुई थी निर्भया के साथ, लोग शर्मसार हुए थे, हमारा देश शर्मसार हुआ था, लेकिन फाइनली देर से ही सही, लेकिन आज हमारी जुडिशरी ने इन चारों को फांसी देकर साबित किया कि नहीं, अगर महिलाओं के साथ, बच्चियों के साथ अगर ऐसा घिनौना अपराध होगा तो बच्चियों को इंसाफ मिलेगा और मुजरिमों को सजा मिलेगी।
Nirbhaya's mother also said that this fight was started after she left us and this struggle was for her, but that will continue, the fight will continue in future for the daughters of this country.
हमारी बच्ची इस दुनिया में नहीं है, नहीं आने वाली है, लेकिन ये लड़ाई हम बच्ची के जाने के बाद शुरू किए थे, तो कहीं ना कहीं ये लड़ाई, ये संघर्ष देश के बच्चियों के लिए था, निर्भया के इंसाफ के लिए था। निर्भया को इंसाफ मिला, लेकिन आगे भी इस लड़ाई को हम जारी रखेंगे कि हमारे देश में बच्चियों को न्याय मिले और ऐसा दुष्कर्म न हो।
She added that all must unite to ensure that our daughters remain safe wherever they go.
जब तक हम सहते रहेंगे तब तक हमारे साथ क्राइम होता रहेगा। तो मैं सभी माँ बाप से, सभी परिवारों से यही कहना चाहती हूँ कि अगर आपके आसपास या आपके घर में ऐसा कुछ होता है तो सबसे पहले जरूरी है कि आप उस बच्ची को, उस महिला को सपोर्ट करिए, रिपोर्ट कराइए और जो भी मुजरिम है उनको सलाखों के पीछे भी।
And Nirbhaya's father has termed the wait for justice and it was painful and agonizing, but asserted that finally justice has been served.
निर्भया के लिए दिन ही नहीं बल्कि पूरे देश की महिलाओं का दिन है, न्याय का दिन है, सुरक्षा का दिन है, बहुत बड़ा दिन है। इस दिन को हम कितनी भी व्याख्या कर लें कम पड़ जाएगा। क्यों कि आप जहां से भी आपको खबर मिलती होगी, हर जगह से एक ही होगा कि निर्भया को आज न्याय मिल गया, हम खुश हैं। सभी लोग इस बात को कहेंगे।
While Nirbhaya's lawyer Seema Kushwaha said that the verdict will prove to be a lesson for those who conduct such heinous crimes. She also said that there should be a change in the mindset of people and those who conduct such crimes should be punished severely.
निर्भया के साथ उन्होंने दरिंदगी की थी, उसका जो मैक्सिमम पनिशमेंट डेथ सेंटेंस है वो उनको मिला और ये एक पूरा देश सबक लेगा। जिस तरीके का ये माइंडसेट लोग रखते हैं कि देश की बेटियों के कोई अधिकार नहीं है, उनके साथ वो रात में कुछ भी क्राइम करेंगे, दिन में कहीं पर भी उनको जिंदा जलाएंगे। अगर वो इस हद तक क्राइम करेंगे तो फांसी का फंदा उनके लिए इंतजार कर रहा है।
But for more on that story, Vikas Sathia, correspondent tracking the courts for us, joining us this morning from Tihar Jail. Vikas, a very good morning. Vikas, what's the procedure now? You know, now that they have been executed, when do the bodies of these 4 convicts be handed over to their parents?
Hospital for post-mortem, and after that their body will be handed over to jail authorities again.
Okay.
Now the family members of these prisoners will have to give an application to jail authorities, and they will demand that bodies should be handed over them for the cremation, and usually it depends on the discretion of jail authorities. In these kind of cases, jail authorities generally hand over the bodies to the family members of the prisoner. So these are the protocol for jail authorities which they are following now. Around 8:30, what we have learned that around 8:30 this post-mortem will take place at Deen Dayal Upadhyay Hospital. A panel of 5 doctors will conduct autopsy on these prisoners, and all these things are done because there is a detailed guideline of the Supreme Court that what should be done in the cases of hanging. That guideline says that a post-mortem must be done to ensure that victims died because after the hanging due to the breaking of the cervical vertebrae, that means the spinal cord, and they didn't die because of the asphyxiation or breathlessness. So these things also need to be considered during the autopsy. Then a medical report will be prepared. This medical report will be given to the jail authorities, and then again that protocol will be followed by authorities, and on the basis of the application given by the family members, authorities will decide that when these bodies should be handed over to the family members.
Absolutely, Vikas. Well, that's about the protocol as far as handing over the bodies of these convicts to the respective families are concerned. But it's a big day legally and morally speaking for all of us, not just for the parents of Nirbhaya who have, gone through this long wait of justice that's finally been served to them. But it's a big day for all of us, because sending out a very clear message that the wait may be long, the process may take time, but justice will finally be served, and thanks to judiciary and and her parents who in fact went on struggling for their cause.
All right, Nancy, it's a very big day for not only for the parents of Nirbhaya, but what we saw in the morning, around at 3 a.m. in the morning, people who were nowhere connected with this matter were assembled in front of the Tihar prison, and they were waiting for this moment. In fact, when the execution took place, people cheered here, and they said that whatever these whatever these convicts have done was gruesome, and the death sentence was the appropriate punishment for these criminals, what they said. So the common people who have nothing to do with this case, they were assembled outside Tihar, and they were talking to the media. They were cheering. In fact, some of the women right activists were also present there to express their opinions, to say what they have to say about this whole case. So it's a big day, not only for Nirbhaya's family, but especially for the women right activists, for the common people who were of the opinion that death sentence is the appropriate punishment in this case. Apart from it, what we have heard from the women right activists, that nothing short of death sentence would have been appropriate for these 4 people. Now the people are dispersing because everything is over as of now. The bodies will be taken to the Deen Dayal Upadhyay hospital for post-mortem, and now the crowd has started dispersing. But since 3 a.m. in the morning, there was a huge crowd outside Tihar prison.
Vikas, considering that this is justice for the country, justice for women, justice for the future of India, having said that, there were last minute, many things that took place by the lawyers to see to it that this matter could be delayed somehow. Having said that, now that the execution is over, what are the lessons that we pick, especially from a legal perspective, with regards to these kind of things not getting repeated, and these kind of long delays when it comes to an open and shut case like this?
Right, Anil, the defense team tried its best to get some kind of relief. In fact, in the around 9 p.m. in the yesterday in the night, they approached the High Court. High Court gave them a hearing, but rejected their petition, saying that there is nothing to interfere with the trial court order. Then again, the defense counsel approached the Supreme Court. A special bench was assembled for the hearing, and that bench also discarded all the arguments placed by the defense counsel. So far as the lessons we have learned from this case is that there should be a guideline, a proper guideline, especially in these kind of cases where more than one death row convict is involved. In fact, Center has proposed a change, an amendment in the Supreme Court existing guideline, and Center has said that Supreme Court must fix a timeline, because what happened in this case, after rejection of review petition, these death row convicts didn't file curative petition because there is nothing. There is no rule about what should be the maximum time limit for filing a curative petition.
Sure.
So now Center wants there should be a time frame according to which review petition, curative petition, mercy plea should be filed.
Okay.
So there are many lessons for not only for the courts but for the state governments and jail authorities as well, because the conduct of jail authorities was also questioned during the hearing before the trial court. Why jail authorities didn't approach the trial court before that these prisoners have exhausted their legal remedies and death warrant must be issued now. So lessons for everyone, but it's a big day for especially for women. This case will act as a precedent. This case will work as a deterrent for other criminals that if they do this kind of gruesome act, then they will be punished.
They'll not be spared. Absolutely, Vikas Arthi, thanks very much for joining us for the moment and sharing all those details. In fact, indeed a big day for all of us here in the country. And let's now go across to our correspondent Shailendra Mishra, who is joining us on the effective landmark legislative changes that took place during the course of Nirbhaya trial. In fact, after the 2012 December gang rape of Nirbhaya, it had awakened and angered the entire country, post which of course legal actions against sexual offences were taken. We'll have that those points in fact up in just a bit. But Shailendra, just throw more light on how the J.S. Verma committee was set up, how the Criminal Laws Amendment Act was passed. It was a host of legal actions, legal issues that were taken up very seriously post Nirbhaya case.
बिल्कुल, जब निर्भया की दर्दनाक घटना हुई और उसके बाद देश भर में लोगों का गुस्सा सामने आया, तो इस बात की ज़रूरत महसूस की गई कि जो उस वक्त के जो कानून थे खास बलात्कार को लेकर और यौन अपराधों को लेकर, उसे और सख्त बनाने की ज़रूरत है। और उसको लेकर एक समिति का गठन किया गया और समिति ने एक समयबद्ध समय में अपनी रिपोर्ट सामने रखी और उसके बाद कैबिनेट ने फैसला लिया कि जो क्रिमिनल लॉ अमेंडमेंट है जो उसे पारित कराया जाना जरूरी है। और हम जानते हैं कि 2013 में एक ऐतिहासिक बिल उस वक्त संसद के दोनों सदनों में पारित हुआ, जिसे निर्भया लॉ के नाम से जाना गया और उसके जरिए सुनिश्चित किया गया कि बलात्कार के मामलों में फांसी तक की जो सजा है वो सुनिश्चित की जा सकेगी। तो एक तरह से कहें एक सख्त संदेश कानून बनाकर दिया गया कि ऐसे मामलों में जो दोषी हैं उनके खिलाफ कोई भी नरमी बरती नहीं जाएगी। और न केवल आप उस निर्भया कानून की बात करें, उसके बाद भी देखें तमाम ऐसे कानून में बदलाव किए गए, ऐसे नए कानून, नए उपबंध जोड़े गए, जिससे दरअसल जो बच्चों के खिलाफ अपराध करते हैं, यौन अपराध करते हैं, यौन दुर्व्यवहार करते हैं, ऐसे दोषियों, ऐसे अपराधियों के खिलाफ किसी भी तरह की कोई नरमी नहीं बरती जाएगी। इसका एक संकेत लोकतंत्र के मंदिर से दिया गया निर्भया लॉ के जरिए। और उसके बाद हम जानते हैं कि देखें कि जो चाइल्ड पोर्नोग्राफी है उसको परिभाषित किया गया और बच्चों से यौन दुर्व्यवहार के मामले में सख्त सजा का जो प्रावधान वाला जो विधेयक है वो संसद से पारित किया गया। इसके साथ ही साथ ये भी सुनिश्चित करने का प्रयास किया गया कि जो एसिड अटैक जो पीड़ित हैं, जो लड़कियां हैं, उन बेहतर जीवन के लिए, उनको सम्मानजनक जीवन के लिए और जो व्यवस्थाएं करनी है वो सुनिश्चित की गई। हम जानते हैं कि निर्भया फंड का भी गठन किया गया, जिससे कि ऐसे पीड़ित लड़कियों के जीवन में एक तरह से उनमें सुधार लाया जा सके और तमाम जो एहतियाती कदम है उठाया जा सके, उसको और बेहतर बनाने और उस फंड को और बेहतर इस्तेमाल करने की जो कवायद है वो लगातार जारी है। तो ये कह सकते हैं कि कानूनी पक्ष में अगर देखें तो देश के कानूनों को एक तरह से मजबूत किया गया है और एक संकेत स्पष्ट तौर पर दिया गया है कि ऐसे अपराध करने वालों के खिलाफ किसी स्तर पर कोई नरमी नहीं बरती जाएगी और जहां तक कानून का सवाल है वो पूरी तरह से सख्त बनाए गए हैं। जी
Shailendra, considering that justice is finally delivered after 2651 days or 7 years 3 months 8 days later, having said that, you mentioned about Nirbhaya fund, is this time right now for states to consider that you need to use this fund a bit more judiciously and you need to create more awareness when it comes to women's safety, not only in their respective state but across the nation?
बिल्कुल, निश्चित तौर पर इस बात को लेकर लगातार ये चिंता जताई जाती रही है कि निर्भया फंड के राज्यों के स्तर पर इसका बेहतर इस्तेमाल होना चाहिए और उसको लेकर एक तरह से देखें तो कई बार ये बात सामने भी आई है कि कई स्टेट उस तरह से निर्भया फंड का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, जिसलिए ये पूरा फंड बनाया गया था और उसका बेहतर इस्तेमाल होना चाहिए। और साथ ही साथ एक ये भी ज़रूरत हुई कि जघन्य अपराधों के मामले में, यौन दुर्व्यवहार के मामले में दरअसल जो पूरी प्रक्रिया है, जो पुलिस प्रक्रिया है, जो एक तरह से न्याय की जो प्रक्रिया है, उसमें कैसे तेजी लाई जा सकती है, उस पर ध्यान दिया जाना चाहिए। फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट में मामला, कई जो मामले हैं वो ले जाए जाने चाहिए और पुलिस के स्तर पर दरअसल जो जांच प्रक्रिया है उसमें जल्द से जल्द इसका निपटारा होना चाहिए। तो निश्चित तौर पर न केवल कानून को सख्त किया गया है, बल्कि एक जो पूरा तंत्र है किस तरह से वो बेहतर हो, जिससे जो दोषी है, जो अपराधी है, ऐसे मामलों में उसको सख्त से सख्त सजा और जल्द से जल्द दी जा सके, जिससे एक संदेश जाए कि न केवल ऐसे दोषी, ऐसे अपराधी कानून की नज़र से बच नहीं पाएंगे, उन्हें सजा मिलेगी, जरूर मिलेगी, सख्त सजा मिलेगी, बल्कि जल्द से जल्द सजा मिलेगी, ये भी संदेश जाए। और साथ ही साथ एक जो निर्भया फंड जिसको बहुत एक तरह से कहें कि ज़रूरत महसूस की गई थी, उसको गठन किया गया था, उसका बेहतर इस्तेमाल हो, उस तरफ राज्य आगे बढ़े, निश्चित तौर पर उसकी एक ज़रूरत जरूर है।
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you and appreciate you joining us this morning from Vijay Chowk with those updates there on the legislative changes post the Nirbhaya case. Well,
moving on now to our next focus story of the day. And as India fight against COVID-19, we must remember to do 5 things to help stop the deadly virus. That's wash your hands often, cough into the elbow, do not touch your face, keep safe distance, feel sick while stay at home. Prime Minister Modi has urged the nation to unite in tackling the novel coronavirus challenge. He requested citizens to follow certain measures to ensure the containment of the fast-spreading virus. He emphasized on the importance of not taking the pandemic lightly and the need to be aware and proactive towards the prevention of COVID-19. Prime Minister Modi urged citizens to follow the concept of Janata Curfew on 22nd of March from 7 in the morning to 9 at night, wherein no one apart from those involved in essential services is supposed to venture out of home. And urging the state governments to take the lead, Prime Minister Modi has asked all the youth organizations including NCC and the NSS, civil societies to generate awareness among people about the Janata Curfew. He urged everyone to try to inform at least 10 other people over phone about the self-imposed curfew.
जनता कर्फ्यू यानी जनता के लिए, जनता द्वारा खुद पर लगाया गया कर्फ्यू 22 मार्च रविवार को सुबह 7 बजे से रात 9 बजे तक सभी देशवासियों को जनता कर्फ्यू का पालन करना है। इस जनता कर्फ्यू के दरमियान कोई भी नागरिक घरों से बाहर न निकले।
And Prime Minister Modi said that there are many brave people who are in the forefront of fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. To pay respects to their huge service to the nation during such trying times, Prime Minister suggested that on 22nd March at 5 in the evening, all the citizens should acknowledge and salute their efforts by standing in the balconies and at the doors of their houses and clap or ring bells for 5 minutes as a show of appreciation. He urged the local government across the country to indicate the timing through a blaring out a siren at 5 in the evening. Prime Minister Modi also urged the business community and higher income groups to look after the economic needs of those from the lower income groups, urging them to not cut their salaries on the days they are unable to come to work. He's also called for compassion and empathy towards these people in these times. He's assured countrymen that there would not be any shortage of essential items like food, milk or medicines. He's urged people to not resort to panic buying.
संकट के इस समय में मेरा देश के व्यापारी जगत, उच्च आय वर्ग से भी आग्रह है कि अगर संभव है तो आप जिन जिन लोगों से सेवाएं लेते हैं उनके आर्थिक हितों का ध्यान रखें। हो सकता है आने वाले कुछ दिनों में ये लोग दफ्तर ना आ पाएं, आपके घर न आ पाए, ऐसे में उनका वेतन न काटे, पूरी मानवीयता के साथ, संवेदनशीलता के साथ फैसला ले। हमेशा याद रखिएगा, उन्हें भी अपना परिवार चलाना है, अपने परिवार को बीमारी से बचाना है। मैं देशवासियों को इस बात के लिए भी आश्वस्त करता हूं कि देश में दूध, खाने पीने का सामान, दवाइयां, जीवन के लिए जरूरी ऐसी आवश्यक चीजों की कमी ना हो, इसके लिए तमाम कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं।
And to deal with the economic challenges caused by the pandemic, Prime Minister Modi has announced the creation of COVID-19 Economic Response Task Force under the Union Finance Minister. The task force will consult the stakeholders, take feedback on the basis of which decisions will be taken to meet the challenges. The task force will also ensure implementation of the decisions taken to meet the challenges.
कोरोना महामारी से उत्पन्न हो रही आर्थिक चुनौतियों को ध्यान में रखते हुए सरकार ने, भारत सरकार के वित्त मंत्री के नेतृत्व में, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर के नेतृत्व में, सरकार ने एक कोविड-19 इकोनॉमिक रिस्पांस टास्क फोर्स, इसके गठन का फैसला लिया है। ये टास्क फोर्स सारे स्टेक होल्डर से नियमित संपर्क में रहते हुए, फीडबैक लेते हुए, हर परिस्थिति का आकलन करते हुए निकट भविष्य में फैसले लेगी। ये टास्क फोर्स ये भी सुनिश्चित करेगी कि आर्थिक मुश्किलों को कम करने के लिए जितने भी कदम उठाए जाएं, उन पर प्रभावी रूप से अमल हो।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the nation on combating the challenge of COVID-19. On the occasion of Navratri, Prime Minister made 9 requests to the people. These are: be vigilant, avoid stepping out of your homes until absolutely essential. Those over the age of 60 should remain inside their homes. Observe Janata Curfew on Sunday 22nd of March from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. At 5 p.m. on the 22nd of March, express gratitude to those working round the clock to keep India healthy. Avoid going to hospitals for routine checkups, postpone scheduled surgeries if possible. COVID-19 Economic Response Task Force to be formed under the Finance Minister to comprehensively look at ways to boost the economy. Do not cut wages of those working in your homes, support staff, drivers and gardeners. Do not indulge in panic buying. India has enough food and ration supplies. Finally, stay away from rumors.
And after Prime Minister Modi's address last night, many people and celebrities took to social media lending their support to Prime Minister Modi's initiative of Janata Curfew. The Union Health Minister welcomed and supported Prime Minister's move. Also, many celebrities with the likes of Amitabh Bachchan, Akshay Kumar and sportsmen such as Virat Kohli and Mohammad Kaif have also supported the initiative.
Meanwhile, the total number of active coronavirus cases in India has risen to 149, that includes 25 foreign nationals. One case each has been recorded from Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Puducherry, Chandigarh, Uttarakhand and West Bengal. The highest number of 44 confirmed cases have been recorded from Maharashtra. A total of 19 persons have been cured and discharged from hospitals, while 4 deaths have been recorded till now. The central government has instructed to stagger working hours and to draw rosters for 50% staff to work from home on alternate weeks till the 4th of April. All ministries have been asked to install thermal scanners in government buildings. Ministries have been asked to discourage the entry of visitors to government offices. Visitors and temporary passes have been stopped with immediate effect.
And amid growing threat of coronavirus, the government is continuously making efforts to contain the deadly virus. The number of coronavirus cases in India has surpassed 173, taking the death toll to 4. And in the latest advisory, the government has requested senior citizens above the age of 65 to remain at home. The government has also banned the entry of all the international commercial passenger flights from 22nd of March to 29th.
No scheduled international commercial passenger aircraft shall take from any foreign airport for any airport in India after 0001 hours GMT of March 2020. Department of Personnel and Training has issued orders to reduce the contact and congestion in government offices. These include allowing Group C and D employees to attend offices on alternate weeks and staggered timings for Group A and B employees. States shall issue instructions for regulating hours in the services except for essential services. States shall issue directions to private sector to consider work from home wherever feasible.
And earlier on, the Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan chaired a meeting of the group of ministers on Thursday to review the preparedness in order to combat the spread of the virus. Various ministers and cabinet secretary also attended the 8th meeting of the group of ministers. The meeting reviewed preparations at the central and the state level to contain COVID-19. It is noteworthy that Prime Minister Modi constituted the group of ministers on the 3rd of February to tackle the impact of coronavirus. Apart from this, the government has been making various efforts at different levels to combat the spread of the virus.
Delhi Metro Railway in an advisory has called upon metro travellers to use metro for essential travel only, maintain social distancing at least 1 meter distance from each other while travelling in the metro or at stations, that is standing passengers not allowed and alternate seats to be left vacant. Further, a random thermal scanning of passengers will be carried out at all metro stations. In case anyone has fever or is observed to have any symptoms of coronavirus, he or she shall be referred for medical tests and quarantined to the authorities. Trains may not stop at stations which may be having crowding, that is less than the expected distance of 1 meter between the passengers. This may be altered depending upon the exigencies of the situation. In course of the journey and stay within the metro premises, passengers are requested to follow the advisory issued by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India from time to time to contain the spread of coronavirus. Any passenger who has symptoms similar to those infected by COVID-19 virus are strictly advised to avoid travel by the metro or any other mode of public transport. At the end, it said, let us all resolve to deal with this global crisis with patience and cooperate with the authorities to mitigate its spread.
And the Reserve Bank of India will inject liquidity of 10,000 crore rupees through open market operations to maintain financial stability in the system in the wake of COVID-19 outbreak in the country. The RBI in a release had said that with the heightening of COVID-19 pandemic risks, certain financial market segments have been experiencing a tightening of the financial conditions as reflected in the hardening of yields and widening of spreads. It is important to ensure that all the market segments remain liquid and stable and function normally. Accordingly, the RBI has decided to conduct open market operations through a multi-security auction using the multiple price method. The results will be the auction will be announced today only, and payment to successful participants will be made during banking hours on 23rd of March.
Well, let's now take a look at the impact of COVID-19 on the world, which has claimed over 220,000 cases and over 9,000 deaths worldwide. The situation in Italy is alarming. Coronavirus has killed more people in Italy than in any other country after deaths there rose by 427 in a day on Thursday. The number of deaths now stand at 3,405, which is more than in China, where the virus originated last year. A lockdown imposed on the 12th of March in Italy has now been extended beyond the original March 25th end date. Nearly all Italians have been told to stay at home. Despite these measures, the number of new cases and deaths has continued to spiral.
Now, the Chinese city of Wuhan, the original epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic, and the surrounding Hubei province reported no new case in the last 24 hours, providing hope in the global fight against the virus. China also reported 34 new cases in the past 24 hours, all among those who had recently returned to the country. While the country's health ministry did not report any new cases, it recorded 8 new deaths. China has officially reported 3,245 deaths since registering the first case at the end of last year.
US President Donald Trump has called on US health regulators to expedite potential therapies aimed at treating COVID-19 amid the fast-spreading coronavirus outbreak, saying it could lead to a breakthrough while a vaccine is still under development. Trump, speaking at a news conference, pointed to efforts on Gilead Sciences Inc. experimental antiviral drug remdesivir and the generic anti-malarial drug hydroxychloroquine, saying he had called on the US Food and Drug Administration to streamline its regulatory approval process.
Meanwhile, as the U.S. moves towards shutdown of public gathering, New York City Mayor has announced that 22 people have died in New York City as a result of COVID-19. The mayor further said that he has some plans for the city and that he'll certainly have an update for people any soon. However, he clarified that there is no quarantine plan for New York City. In the meantime, the U.S. health experts fear the U.S. is only on a similar trajectory as Italy, as more than 10,000 cases of novel coronavirus have been reported in the country, with more than 4,000 of them in New York State only. In addition to that, more than 150 deaths had been reported nationwide.
In Spain, members of Spain's emergency military unit disinfected Barcelona's El Prat airport in their bid to curb the spread of the coronavirus. Dressed in white overalls and wearing goggles, masks and gloves, soldiers sprayed dissolved sodium hydrochloride inside the airport common areas. Spain's Chief of Defense Staff, Miguel Villarreal, announced that the army would deploy 83 soldiers to disinfect the airport and seaport as part of Operation Balmy. Meanwhile, health workers carried out a drive-through coronavirus test where they insert a cotton swab in people's mouth who don't have to leave their cars and then place the swab in a test tube to be analyzed at a hospital nearby. According to Spain's health ministry, the death toll from the coronavirus pandemic soared by 209 to 767 fatalities as the total number of cases climbed to 17,147.
And in Paris, travelers flying out of Paris airport were scrambling to find flights out of France as countries around the world were shutting borders to stem the spread of coronavirus. Flights to destinations in Europe, North Africa, South America and the US were cancelled. Airport authorities also enforced strict social distancing, requiring queuing passengers to keep a 1-meter distance between themselves. Major airlines have made drastic and unprecedented schedule cuts, bringing operations to a near halt as demand dries up and the fight against the virus brings draconian travel restrictions. The European Union has already agreed to close the bloc's external borders to most non-European Union citizens for 30 days.
The COVID outbreak has spread all over the world and WHO has now come up with an advisory to the general public on how to cope with stress during this outbreak. It cautions against smoking, usage of alcohol or drugs while focusing on having proper diet, sleep and exercise. If you are a parent, it is also important to spend extra time with your children, giving them extra attention and reassuring them of their safety. WHO has asked the general public to be ready to tackle the COVID-19 outbreak by being safe, smart and kind. Be safe from infection by avoiding crowded places, especially senior citizens and those with underlying conditions. Be smart by informing yourself with accurate information from WHO or government agencies. Be kind by showing empathy to those affected by the outbreak and avoiding stigma.
United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has warned that a global recession is a near certainty and the current national responses to the coronavirus pandemic will not address the global scale and complexity of the crisis. He's also urged coordinated, decisive and innovative policy action from the world's leading economies.
If we let the virus spread like wildfire, especially in the most vulnerable regions of the world, it would kill millions of people. As we need to immediately move away from a situation where each country is undertaking its own health strategies to one that ensures in full transparency a coordinated global response, including helping countries that are less prepared to tackle the crisis. Governments must give the strongest support to the multilateral effort to fight the virus, led by the World Health Organization, whose appeals must be fully met. The health catastrophe makes clear that we are only as strong as the weakest health system. Global solidarity is not only a moral imperative, it is in everyone's interests.
Well, let's now move to sports and take a look at the impact of COVID-19 on the world of sports. The Serbian government is set to press charges against the country's Real Madrid striker Luka Jovic for breaking his mandatory 28-day coronavirus quarantine. Serbia declared a state of emergency on Sunday to curb the coronavirus outbreak in the Balkan nation. One of the measures is the 28-day quarantine for all Serbian citizens traveling home from European countries most affected by the virus, including Spain. Serbian media reported that the international striker had returned to Serbia from Madrid earlier this week to visit his girlfriend after soccer matches in Spain's La Liga were suspended. The 22-year-old denied rumors that he had broken Real Madrid's own quarantine to travel to Serbia in a statement published on a website. The Spanish Ministry of Health put the latest coronavirus toll at more than 17,000 confirmed cases and 767 fatalities on Thursday, while Serbia has so far registered 97 confirmed cases and no deaths reported till date.
And more impact on the world of sports. Well, Monaco cancelled its Showcase Formula 1 Grand Prix, the most famous and the glamorous race on the calendar, in another high-profile sporting casualty of the coronavirus epidemic on Thursday. Formula 1 had earlier announced the race was postponed, along with the Dutch and the Spanish races also scheduled for May, and also pushed back a major technical rules revamp from 2021 to 2022. The Automobile Club de Monaco said uncertainty about the team's participation and border controls with neighboring Italy in lockdown made the situation untenable and postponement was impossible.
English football will be suspended until at least 30th of April due to the continued spread of COVID-19. All games in England's Premier League, EFL, Women's Super League and Women's Championship and all fixtures in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland are currently postponed. The Football Association has also agreed that the current season can be extended indefinitely. Under current rules, the season has been scheduled to end on June 1st. A joint statement issued by the Football Association, Premier League and the EFL expressed a commitment to finding ways to resuming the 2019-20 season and completing all domestic and European matches as soon as it is safe and possible to do so.
And we're now shifting our focus to news from back home on the political crisis brewing in Madhya Pradesh. Well, the Supreme Court has ordered the Madhya Pradesh Assembly Speaker to conduct a floor test today. The floor test is likely to begin at 2 in the afternoon. The fate of the 15-month-old Kamal government continues to remain in uncertainty following the resignation of 22 Congress MLAs. Further directing that voting shall take place by show of hands, the court said the proceedings must conclude by 5 in the evening. Meanwhile, ahead of the floor test, the ruling Congress and the opposition BJP last night issued whips to the respective legislators. Madhya Pradesh Assembly Speaker NP Prajapati has accepted the resignation of 16 Congress MLAs.
Well, for more on that story, Deepak Jain, our correspondent, joining us from Bhopal with updates on this particular brewing crisis there, and a clear-cut instruction there by the Supreme Court now coming. Having said that, how do you look at it, Deepak, now? Now the focus shifts to the floor test. That's the only thing on the agenda for the day today.
बिल्कुल देखिए, जिस तरीके से कल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो फैसला दिया है कि आज फ्लो टेस्ट होना है और शाम 5 बजे तक फ्लो टेस्ट करा लेना है, ऐसे में विधानसभा की जो स्थिति थी वो ये थी कि विधानसभा ने कार्यसूची जो है वो जारी कर दी है। आज पूरे दिन में दोपहर 2 बजे विधानसभा का ये जो सत्र है उसमें आज की बैठक बुलाई जाएगी और 2 बजे से 5 बजे के बीच में फ्लो टेस्ट कराना है। लेकिन सबसे बड़ी बात जो है वो अब शिफ्ट हो गई है मुख्यमंत्री निवास पर दोपहर 12 बजे होने वाली जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है उस पर। मुख्यमंत्री कमलनाथ ने 12 बजे एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस बुलाई है और उसमें वो मीडिया कर्मियों से बात करने वाले हैं। ऐसा माना जा रहा है कि कल रात में 16 विधायकों के इस्तीफे मंजूर होने के बाद अब कहीं ना कहीं जो पूरी कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट थी वो पूरी तरीके से बहुमत खो चुकी है। जो आंकड़ा है वो 92+7 यानी कि 7 निर्दलीय और सपा बसपा के विधायकों को भी मिला ले तो 92+7 99 का आंकड़ा बन जाता है। ऐसे में जो सरकार है, जो कांग्रेस की सरकार है, वो कहीं ना कहीं बहुमत खो चुकी है। हो सकता है, उम्मीद लगाई जा रही है कि आज की जो ये प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है उसमें ही मुख्यमंत्री कमलनाथ जो है वो अपनी कैबिनेट के साथ इस्तीफा दे दें और इस्तीफे के बाद वो सीधे राजभवन जाए, जिससे कि फ्लो टेस्ट की जो स्थिति है वो ही ना बने। तो कहीं ना कहीं जिस तरीके से ये पूरा जो मामला है आज की 12 बजे की जो बैठक है अब इस पर शिफ्ट हो गया है। वहीं अगर विधानसभा की बात की जाए तो विधानसभा ने पूरी तैयारियां कर ली है कि अगर फ्लो टेस्ट होता है तो दोपहर 2 बजे के बाद से हाथ उठाकर ये पूरा फ्लो टेस्ट कराया जाएगा। वीडियोग्राफी पूरे फ्लो टेस्ट की होगी, जैसा कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने 11 पॉइंट्स के जो ऑर्डर निकाले थे उसके हिसाब से। तो ये जो पूरी चीज है वो आज देखने लायक रहेगी अभी।
Absolutely. And what's the reaction that you're picking from the people of Madhya Pradesh, because of course they would want better governance, better administration, especially in trying times of COVID-19 outbreak there in the country. And very important developments that we may see at noon today, Deepak, that's when, the Kamal Nath government, already precariously poised, may take a decision.
बिल्कुल देखिए, लोगों की अगर बात की जाए तो जिस तरीके से ये 3 तारीख से पूरा मामला शुरू हुआ तब से ही लोग कह रहे थे कि अगर सरकार के पास बहुमत है तो सरकार बहुमत साबित कर दे और उसके बाद आराम से जो बजट सेशन है वो चलता, सरकार चलती। अगर बहुमत नहीं था तो इस्तीफा दे देते। तो इस तरीके के रिएक्शंस जो है, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से ये पूरा जो मामला था इतना समय इसने खींचा है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक ये पूरा मामला गया है, लोगों में कहीं ना कहीं इस चीज को लेकर अब एक बात सामने आने लगी थी कि जो कुछ है वो जल्दी से हो जाए और पूरा मामला स्पष्ट हो जाए, जिससे कि सरकार जो है वो एक स्थिर सरकार मध्य प्रदेश के लोगों को मिल सके। तो कहीं ना कहीं लोगों में इस चीज का रिएक्शन। और आज जो भी कुछ होता है, अगर फ्लो टेस्ट होता है या फ्लो टेस्ट के पहले अगर कमलनाथ सरकार जो है वो इस्तीफा देती है, इन दोनों अगर एस्पेक्ट्स को देखा जाए तो कहीं ना कहीं इस पूरे मामले में राजनीति काफी हुई, लेकिन नुकसान जो था वो मध्य प्रदेश की जनता का होता हुआ नजर आया।
Well, clearly looking at what transpired in the court yesterday, how things panned out, Deepak. The Congress has time and again said that, the governor's role, that's Lalji Tandon's role, has constitutional. But the court clearly said what Lalji Tandon, the governor, did was right. He had every right to do it the way things were moving. So having said that now, does that somewhere create, question marks over the speaker's role and what he would do today once the floor test begins?
बिल्कुल अनिल, जिस तरीके से अगर कल का सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर देखा जाए, बहुत सारे प्रदेश हैं जहां पर इस तरीके की स्थिति बनी थी और स्पीकर और राज्यपाल के बीच में कहीं ना कहीं ये जो तनाव की स्थिति है वो हर प्रदेश में देखी गई। लेकिन इस तरीके से जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर दिया है तो ये स्पष्ट होता है कि राज्य स्पीकर जो है वो विधानसभा के लिए सारे नियम और सारी प्रक्रियाएं जो है वो करवा सकते हैं। लेकिन अगर प्रदेश सरकार अल्पमत में है या प्रदेश सरकार को, राज्यपाल को लगता है कि प्रदेश सरकार के पास बहुमत नहीं है, तो ये राज्यपाल का खुद का अधिकार है कि वो अपनी ही सरकार से पूछ सकते हैं कि आपके पास बहुमत है कि नहीं। तो इस तरीके का ये जो फैसला आया है कहीं ना कहीं अब, और क्योंकि कल रात में जिस तरीके से हम एनपी प्रजापति जो स्पीकर हैं उनसे कल देर रात 12 बजे के बाद जब उनने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की और 16 विधायकों के इस्तीफों की बात की, तो जिस तरीके का उनका जो बिहेवियर था वो कहीं ना कहीं ये दिखा रहा था कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जिस तरीके से उन पर एक ऑर्डर जो जारी किया है कि आपको फ्लो टेस्ट कराना है, वो कहीं ना कहीं इस पूरे जो 12-13 दिनों का ये जो सिनेरियो था उस पर अब कहीं जाकर उनके पूरे व्यवहार में जो नरमी है वो देखने को मिली।
Okay. All right, Deepak, thanks very much for joining us for the moment and sharing all those inputs. We'll, of course, be tracking all those developments very closely throughout the day today, well, as far as the political crisis in Madhya Pradesh is concerned.
Well, time now to take a look at the weather in your city. Well, the government has created a WhatsApp chat box on Corona. It is called My GOV Corona Help Desk. Just save on WhatsApp. That's the number 901-315-1515, and you will get automated response on queries related to COVID-19.
Absolutely, and as we look at this help desk number, we'll tell you that today is the International Day of Happiness, and the theme this day is all about being happier together. And as we all face this global crisis together, let's find positive ways to look after ourselves and each other. We'll leave you with the glimpses of that. Take a look at that, and we wish you a great day ahead. Take care of yourself.
Well, take care, be safe, and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.